Hi guys, it's Mary here and welcome back to another episode of the Rainbow Create a Sim Challenge, where we create one sim for each and every color of the rainbow. And today we are back with the sim for the color green, and surprise surprise, this was actually the first sim in the series who rolled to be a supernatural sim. And more specifically, he rolled to be a wizard or a warlock. I'm not sure what the difference between those are. But anyway, he can do magic. So I had that in mind the whole time that I created him, or at least when I picked out his clothes and his hairstyle, because as you might know, I randomize the sliders in Body Shop so that I get more unique sims, and I also randomize the sims zodiac sign and aspiration prior to recording these videos. So for this sim, he rolled to be a Taurus, he rolled to be a pleasure sim, and like I said, he also rolled to be a wizard. So that was kind of fun, and I also feel like green is kind of a wizardy color, so I felt that it was quite a good match in that way. And what was the most challenging about creating this sim is kind of the same things that bothered me when I created the sim for the color orange, which was also a male sim, and I seem to have a problem with not having enough colorful custom content for my male sims. So like before, I had to struggle quite a bit to pick out the right clothes for the sim, but I did have some green custom hairs for males, which you will see a bit later in the video. And I thought to myself, well, if I don't have enough green clothes, I can at least go for a green hair. And since the sim is supposed to be a wizard as well, I thought, well, why not have him have an unusual hair color? It kind of suits him. But then the problem became that the green color of the hair was kind of a bright green, so a lot of the green clothing that I had then kind of didn't match his hair. So I went back and forth for a very long time, but in the end I decided on a green shirt and some jeans for him, which is the same outfit that you see in the thumbnail. And I don't know, I probably would have chosen something other for him if I had more options. I was considering putting him in the default wizard outfits that come with the game, but those weren't quite green enough for me, so I passed on that as well. So usually I put some thought to the personality and the backstory of the sim based on their zodiac sign and their aspiration, but for this sim I really was more focused on just trying to get it to work with his hair and finding some clothes that will match. So I don't really have a specific backstory in mind for the sim, but seeing as he's a pleasure sim, he probably uses his magic to just make his life easier. I don't think he uses it to kind of make the world a better place. If that happens, it's a bonus, but I think that he primarily just uses it to, you know, keep his house clean and keeping his motives up just so he can lead a happier and more relaxed life. And you will see later on in the video that I also gave him this kind of pointy elf ears because I thought that those looked a bit more wizard-like, I guess, and it was kind of fun. I don't normally do that. I normally try to stick to the appearance that they get when I randomize the sims in Body Shop, and then I just try to go along and enhance those features or kind of balance them out if I feel like I need to do that when I get to create a sim. But in this case I did make that tiny change, but then as you will see, the hair that I chose is kind of big and actually covers up his ears, and at first I was like, is this going to be a problem? Why did I even make his ears look like that if I'm not going to show them? But then I thought it could be like a little detail that he maybe doesn't want everyone else to know that he is a wizard, and that's why he's, or an elf, if that's what he is, a magic elf. But that's the reason why he's hiding his ears. So here you can see I give him those cute little pointy elf ears, and yeah, then he hides them in his big green hair. So I thought that turned out kind of cute, and it will be nice to see if he ever becomes playable and has any children, if those ears get passed down. So I actually did turn this sim into a wizard off screen. I didn't record that part, and it's not very exciting anyway because I just use a mod to do that, so it takes like 1 second. But you will see in the thumbnail that I turned him into a good witch, and the reason for that is because I wanted him to have those yellow sparkles all over his body. I think that's kind of a neat detail and makes him look more magical. So that's the reason I did that. And I also have a question for you, because as you may know, there are quite a lot of different supernatural states in the Sims games, and I'm curious to know which supernatural state you would want to be if you were a Sim. As for myself, I definitely would choose to be a witch, because it would just be so much fun to be able to do magic and fly around on a broom everywhere. I think that would be really neat. But I'm curious to know which supernatural life state you would be. So leave a comment down below and tell me a little bit about why you would pick the life state that you would pick. And as you know, I talk a lot about randomizing features for my Sims, and I also randomize their turn-ons and turn-offs. But in this case, I actually had to re-roll one of his turn-ons, because he rolled for facial hair, but he also rolled to be a straight Sim. And as far as I know, there's no way to give female Sims facial hair in The Sims 2. So that's the reason why I changed that, as you will see near the end of the video when I pick out or I roll for his turn-ons and turn-offs. So I actually had to go in and change that manually. But if you watched this video this far, then you probably like my content, and you should subscribe to see more videos like these. We are currently 4 Sims into this Create a Sim Rainbow challenge, so we have 3 more to go, and I'm really excited to create those Sims, so I hope that you will join me for that and subscribe to stick around for when I post those videos. And if you really like my content, you can also leave a like at the video, then that would help me out a lot as well. But for now, I want to say thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you have a really nice day going forward, and I also hope to see you back here again for my next video. So take care, bye!